The NBA play-in tournament gets underway on Tuesday to solidify the playoff picture across the league, but 4 of the series are already set. One of the more intriguing series in the first round is the 4-5 matchup between the Philadelphia 76 ers and Toronto Raptors. There are plenty of storylines to comb through, and the odds suggest a pretty even series. Let's dive in. Philadelphia went all in. When the Philadelphia 76 ers traded for James Harden at the trade line, expectations rose significantly. Anything less than a championship would be a disappointing season for the 76 ers. They finished the season with a 51-31 record. While they are the number 4 seed, they finished tied for the second-best record in the conference and finished just 2 games behind first-place Miami. Philadelphia is led by Joel Embiid, who finished the season with the second-best odds to win the NBA MVP. Embiid won the scoring title, averaging 30.6 points per game while bringing down nearly 12 boards a game on average. Embiid finished the season by eclipsing 40 points in 3 of his final 4 games. The 76 ers thought that by acquiring Harden, they could form the best 1-2 duo in the league. However, the results have been mixed. While Philadelphia did go 16-8 with Harden in the lineup, there are certainly questions about just how dominant Harden can be. Will James Harden get back on track in the NBA playoffs? There is no player in these playoffs with more pressure on them than Harden. He's forced his way off of 2 teams in recent seasons. His lack of playoff success is certainly a storyline. He also hasn't been playing that well down the stretch. Over his final 6 games, Harden had 26 field goals and 24 turnovers, a ratio that's certainly not what the 76 ers expected. Harden is no longer dominant at blowing past defenders and scoring in the paint. His game now relies on getting to the line and his ability to hit the outside shot. Behind the big 2, the 76 ers have some nice pieces. Tyrese Maxey is developing into a very good player, scoring nearly 19 points per game after the All-Star break. Tobias Harris is a good player as well. One story worth noting is that of defensive specialist Matisse Thybulle. Thybulle is one of the better defensive players in the league, and his shot-blocking ability was on full display when he rejected the second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, which makes him ineligible to play in Games 3, 4 and 6 of this series due to Canada's laws. Story continues. Raptors enter playoffs on a roll. The Toronto Raptors ended the season by winning 8 of their final 9 games before sitting Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet in their loss to the Knicks in the season finale. From March 9 through the end of the season, the Raptors went 14-4 to play their way out of the play-in tournament and secure a playoff bid. There might not be a bona fide superstar on this roster, but both Siakam and VanVleet are averaging over 20 points per game. Gary Trent Jr. has shown an ability to have monster games and be a dangerous weapon on the perimeter. Scotty Barnes had a tremendous rookie season, and Anunoby is a plus defender with scoring ability. Any one of these players could be the focal point in any given game. The Raptors are finally healthy, which is an obvious plus as we enter the playoffs. The 5 players mentioned above played just 345 minutes together during the regular season, but all 5 are expected to be available for the start of the playoffs. The Raptors ride their starters pretty hard, but Precious Achiuwa and Chris Boucher offer some solid minutes off the bench. The Raptors were a top 5 defense after the All-Star break, and they forced a 17.3% turnover rate against top 10 teams, which was easily the best number in the league. Head coach Nick Nurse is known for his aggressiveness in deploying game plans to shut down the other team's star. If the Raptors can slow down Embiid, will Harden beat them? How to bet the series. As the higher seed with more star power on their roster, it's no surprise that the 76 ers are the betting favorites to win the series. Philadelphia is -185 to advance to the second round, with the Raptors coming back at +150 to win the series. I do think this will be a long series. I think the Raptors are a tough matchup for Philadelphia, and I think Toronto has the coaching advantage in this series. Thybulle is Philadelphia's best defensive player, and he's not eligible to play in the games in Toronto. I can see this series going 7 games, and I wouldn't be shocked if the Raptors eliminated the 7-6 ERS. While the plus money being offered on Toronto to win the series is appealing, I'd play it a little safer and bet the Raptors on the series spread. Toronto getting 1.5 games is minus 140 at BetMGM currently. This means if Toronto wins the series or even forces a Game 7, the bet will be a winner. Philadelphia will need to wrap the series up in 6 games or less for us to lose our bet. I'm banking on a good, long series here, and wouldn't be surprised to see the Raptors come out on top.